Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Just back to do a quick thread here. I guess I'll call it a thread. I mean, if someone wants to jump on board, that's great. But yeah, we'll call this the sexy thread. How about that? Um, I know it's not one that I've done in all the years that I've been in the VC. I'm sure maybe somebody else has done it at some point in time, and maybe I just missed it and didn't see it because obviously we can't keep up with every single video in the VC. But yeah, we'll call this the sexy thread. And I was thinking about this the other day because I was kind of thinking about how, like, when like how music connects with people and how people oftentimes will go to music to connect with certain things, right? So like if someone is I don't know, like if say you're ready to work out and you're looking for intensity and just like energy, that type of thing. Like you'll go to music that's oftentimes intense or has a lot of energy to it. Or if someone breaks up with their significant other or whatever, and like, you know, all of a sudden she may be listening to a bunch of, breakup songs and all of that because she's connecting with that. So the thought process was kind of like, well, like what if someone was feeling like, I don't know, maybe like a lack of sexual energy or a lack of like sexiness and connection and blah, blah, blah. Like what might be some of the songs they would go to where they connect with that. Now, the thing is, there are certain given songs that I think musically in general, you're told and is presented as the stuff for that. And mainly I'm talking about like, a lot of pop ballads or R&B ballads or, a D'Angelo or something talking about, wanting your body and like all, like the stuff that's just so generically cliche and associated with, you can't call it a genre, but you know what I mean, associated with that. And so my thought process was like, what are some of the cool things that maybe make you have, gives off that kind of vibe, but is not the traditional pop ballad, you know, something that Justin Timberlake or Ariana Grande or whoever is like, is the typical stuff that's kind of put on radio to give off that vibe. So so that's, I was listening to an album and it gave me that thought process, and that's why I decided to kind of do this thread. So here are my I guess you can say non-sexy sexy songs for me. Like I said, you'll get a feel as I kind of go through what I'm kind of getting at here. So this was actually the album I was listening to that made me think about it the other day, which is the Stooges, Funhouse. Um, and the song I was listening to off of this, which is my favorite song by the Stooges, and it's Down on the Street. I absolutely love that song. And like just for years and years and years, I've always thought that like somewhere in there, there's just kind of this, there's like this cool sexy vibe and sexy energy to it. Maybe it's the way like the song stays on the same groove all the way through, and it's just kind of like a, I don't know, it's just awesome. I absolutely love it to death. And so that was the one that kind of made me think about it. And that's one that would definitely go on my list as being one of the more non-traditional sexy songs, so to speak. And I remember I felt totally validated by that one time. And this had to be, gosh, 8, 9 years ago. I was watching a movie and it was about these two girls that were just kind of, crazy, doing crazy stuff and blah, blah, blah. And they're hanging out one day in the house and they're listening to the radio, and Down on the Street came on, and they jump up and start dancing around because they both love Iggy Pop so much. And they have an Iggy Pop poster on the wall, and one of the girls goes over to the wall and like she starts making out with Iggy Pop on the poster. And I remember just like seeing that scene, and I was like, see, I know I wasn't making it up. Like the person who wrote this movie, who shot this movie, and like they get it because they saw that same energy there and shot a scene that really captured it. And I was like, see, I know I'm not a freak, at least not the only one. So that was a good one. Next one here, another one I think that would probably be considered pretty odd, which is this is the album Dope, or this is the band Dope, the album No Regrets. They haven't pressed this on vinyl yet, and I wish they would get around to doing it. But yeah, actually the song Violence off of here, which again, none of that fits. I mean, Dope being kind of I guess you can say, I don't know, I call them hard alternative, but I mean, it's just definitely a very, very kind of, hard band, and then of course a song that's called Violence. But yeah, even inside of that, there's always been something in the groove of that song that just has a sexy vibe to me. It's something in the riff of the guitars and the groove of the drumming, the way they kind of roll together in the song. It just produces this awesome energy to it, and I think it's pretty freaking awesome. Um, yeah, especially during the verses, like on that portion. But anyway, that's another one that's maybe kind of odd. And this is one that could be a little bit of a crossover where people might, see it there, but maybe also think it's outside of this category. But Depeche Mode, and I could have picked 30, 40 different songs by Depeche Mode, but I'm going to go show both of these and still count it as one because I couldn't decide on which one I wanted to actually go with. But the song Love in Itself and the song Stripped off of Black Celebration. I mean, both of those are just like awesome, just synth groove. I mean, just Depeche Mode doing Depeche Mode. It's a thing to me that made them so special in the 80s because obviously the 80s was completely taken over by the synth, and you kind of had, for the most part, two kind of separate ways that people went with it. They either did the very poppy, colorful, fun, more innocent side with the synth, which I love. I mean, it's one of the things that made the 80s so great was that soft, colorful, fun element. But then there was bands like Depeche Mode that were like, we're gonna be a little more intense with the synth. We're gonna be, you can almost label it dark, I guess. It may be a way to put it into words, but yeah, that intensity that they brought with it is just one of the things that made them cool as heck, and made some of their stuff very, very, very sexy. So I'm gonna go with that one as well. Another one here is gonna be from Placebo, and this is Loud Like Love. This is their release from 2013, and it's the song Exit Wounds off of this. And again, it's just another awesome, intense, cool song. I mean, if you actually listen to the lyrics, it's kind of sad in a way, but there is just kind of this awesome energy to it. And I love how when they first go into the chorus, like the first sentence in the chorus is "Want you so bad I can taste it." It's just like it's just such an energy to it that's freaking awesome. So that definitely goes on my list. One that I'm sure a lot of people maybe would choose for this, which is Stain. This is Break the Cycle, and of course it's a song It's Been a While. That was a pretty big, mainstream hit. I mean, they got a lot of radio play as well as video rotation and everything else, but definitely had a great intensity to it. It's like a hard alternative ballad, whatever you want to call it, but awesome track. Just saw them in concert, and amazing. He sounds the exact same way he did 20 years ago, like hasn't missed a beat. Yet he's like smoking a cigarette in between every single song. It's kind of amazing. Next one here, I have to put this one in, even though this probably actually kind of already lines itself up with the idea. But the song After Dark from the soundtrack from Dusk Till Dawn by Tito and is it Taranuka? I'm forgetting the second name. I'm sorry, but yeah, just we'll look it up. I got the album on the back there. But yeah, awesome track. Absolutely love it. Just a very, very slow kind of. It has a Latin flavor to it. There's some blues elements in it. Just awesome track. I'm sure you've probably heard it if you've actually seen the movie, but if you haven't, definitely check that out because that one goes right up there on my list. Love that song. And the last two here, I'm sure this is one that would make a lot of people's list if I get it the right way. Nine Inch Nails, A Downward Spiral. I mean, in a thread like this, you kind of have to put Closer in there. Again, very intense, awesome album. Awesome album and awesome track. And we're gonna finish up with my boys, the one and only Godsmack, and we got to go with the song Voodoo. Again, another one that just has like a slow kind of, I don't know, like the title of the song actually really kind of sums up the feel. There's something kind of I guess, spiritual about it, something very voodoo-like about it, but just an awesome bass groove-driven song. Some great power moments in it. So awesome track there. All right, so those are kind of my picks, or just a few. There's like 50, 100 of them I could have picked out. But yeah, VC, let me know what you think. Just thought I would kind of throw this one out there, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.